We've seen too, and we have seen the director who has been since this morning working on to make sure that it is interactive for the people as well. Because right now I am inside now, and they're making sure that all the preparations are being done. And today evening we will be witnessing around 500 to 600 people who will be coming in to witness this entire landing as well. Apart from that, there are also digital displays too, which are being put out here at the Nehru Planetarium, especially, and also explaining as to what are the features of the lander module, and also what is there inside the Pragyan, and what makes it this time, what makes ISRO very confident of going ahead and landing right on the surface of the moon as well. And they're speaking about the alpha, the lib, as well as the laser velocity meter as well, because that is something which would definitely go ahead and determine the parallel distance, the speed with which it will be traveling, so that they will be able to go ahead and control this with thrusters too. But now we will have to go ahead and wait in for all those people who will be coming in as well, because just a few moments ago we were waiting, we were speaking to an IT engineer who stated that he wants to be a part of this marquee event which India is witnessing, which will be which will basically be channeled in the annals of history. So therefore he stated that he's taken a leave. So majority of them have gone ahead and done this as well. Let me quickly just quickly go across and just speak to one of the scientists who's here at the Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium as well, because he is mainly explaining about the lander module as well as the rover as well. The preparations has been fantastic when it comes to the Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium. You're a scientist, you're also overseeing these entire preparations too. What do you want to speak about this particular model which you're going ahead and showing to our viewers on our screens as well?
The final the exercise that the lander is going to have is a very crucial one, which is the most important and most challenging one. The lander, which is going around the moon in its 25 by 154 orbit, when it becomes when it will be at a height of 25 kilometers from the moon surface, it will try to descend. When during its descent, it will lose its velocity from about 6,500 kilometers per hour. When it reaches the surface, it should have about a zero velocity, very nearly zero velocity. So it has to lose such a huge velocity. So it will be done in 4 stages. The first stage is called as a hard braking. So the most of the velocity will be lost in this first stage, and in the second stage it will correct itself. It will check at what height it is, and it will make all the necessary change and calculate what is the velocity that it has to reduce, and then it will undergo the third one, which is called as a fine braking stage. Here the vertical distance that it covers is about 3 kilometers. So during this it will also slightly tilt, and from horizontal it becomes vertically oriented. So once it becomes vertically oriented, so the velocity will further reduce using the boosters, and when it reaches a velocity of say 0.2 meters per second, so it slowly drops itself on the moon surface. So with that, it should be able to safe land on the moon.
Okay. Now looking at the sort of technology which is on board the lander module as well, one of the most spoken about technologies is the laser Doppler velocity meter as well, because that would clearly go ahead and determine the velocity as well as the speed, which was not there in the Chandrayaan 2 mission 2, which could be the X factor. What more can you speak about ISRO's third eye, basically, because it is keeping out for it?
Yeah, the most crucial thing is to adapt itself to the height and the velocity, the correlation that it can have between the velocity that it attains and the height that it will be. That is the most crucial one. So in order to measure and act according to that, it has a very sophisticated sensor which measures the height and also reduces its velocity. The new software, the advanced software that has been adopted, it will be able to correlate these two things and take the decision to slow down and also land safely on the moon.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. So that was Mr. Anand from the Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium going ahead and speaking about the sort of technicalities as well. But for now, the preparations are massive. But over to you, Suesha, at ISRO, who's going ahead and monitoring all that has been